Here we are in Byron Bay, Australia for the 2013 Byron Bay International Film Fest. We are so honored that As the Dust Settles was invited. The people of Byron Bay have completely embraced the film, and we managed to be the only film with 2 completely sold out screenings.
Well, this is Mike's second sold out screening at the Byron Bay Film Festival 2013.
We were even interviewed for the local TV station and Australian radio.
House. The program includes some cinematic world premieres, including Roger Ingram's documentary on the American music festival Burning Man. Tonight, American filmmaker Mike Hedge will premiere his documentary, and the film's a stirring look into one of America's most famous music festivals, Burning Man.
I think the people of Byron are going to find this film really awesome.
Kate Dorrington, NBN News.
It was a wonderful experience finally getting to screen the documentary, especially in a spectacular place like Byron Bay. I couldn't have asked for a greater world premiere. How did we get here? How did our documentary find its way to its world premiere? For that story, I'm going to rewind a bit. My name's Mike, and I'll be the teller of this making of story. It was 2005, and I was out in Park City, Utah, for the annual Sundance Film Fest. Along Main Street one evening, I met several filmmakers, including Roger Ingram, a filmmaker from Connecticut. We all discussed our various projects and talked about collaborating in the future. The next year, 2006, I was out in Park City again, this time for the premiere of Roger's horror film, Moonshine, which was premiering at Sundance. Roger became the youngest director in the festival's history. In the fall of 2006, I had joined an online photo community called Flickr. I added thousands of photos from my recent travels. That fall, in the fall of 2007, I began seeing some incredible photos from an arts festival held in the Nevada desert called Burning Man. The beautiful colors were incredibly inspiring to me. This led me to become super interested myself, and I began watching many documentaries that were shot there. The fall of 2007, I got to produce a short film called Uyuni out on the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Rolling.
Scene 1, shot 1, take 1, marker.
It was possibly the very first short film to shoot on the new Red 1 camera, which had just been released a few weeks prior. We had an amazing team, and even though the conditions were super extreme, we managed to make a really powerful, award-winning film.
Well done. Okay.
Yay!
Nice crew. Nice crew.
I thought about shooting with the Red out at Burning Man. In the beginning of 2008, I got to be part of a photography project called A Million Little Pictures. We each got a disposable camera to shoot with. Then the photos everyone shot were displayed together at an art show in San Francisco. I imagined ways that this same kind of collaboration could be used for a film. Later that spring, I reached out to my Flickr friend Katie Lee about shooting a documentary out on the playa. She asked some of her friends on Tribe.com about the idea. Several people suggested giving cameras to a bunch of people, then making a film comprised of what everyone shot. In the summer of 2008, I got to work on a project with Roger out on the East Coast. I had a great time working with everyone.
For these 10 days, we're going to be creating our own reality for real as a group. And so we can have it any way we want. Our reality can do anything. And it's just up to us.
A bunch of us wanted to continue our adventure and liked the idea I had to all collaborate on a film shot out at Burning Man.
Oh, Dr. Hedge.
Oh my God, this is like a reunion.
Hey.
Austin, Texas to Connecticut.
Dr. Hedge.
Oh my God.
That's for you.
We put together a project proposal that described a participatory documentary with multiple directors. Our submission included a rule that during the week of Burning Man, we would only work on the project 50% of the time, and the rest of the time we would fully immerse ourselves and participate. In early July, I drove out to San Francisco to have a meeting with the Burning Man office about our project. I'm here at the Burning Man headquarters, and Andy Grace has approved our project. So we will be shooting out at 2008 Burning Man. Part of the reason we got the project approved was because I made a promise that I would finish the film. Once we had gotten the needed approval to shoot the doc, things began to move pretty fast. I began collecting all the needed gear for the project. This is a P Clicks. This MERS walkie-talkies. We got 4. We got the opportunity to be one of the first teams to beta test the revolutionary burger mount, which allowed us to use Canon lenses on the Red 1 camera.
We zoomed all the way in on a focus chart, focus, zoomed out, focus, zoom back in.
On which lens did you use?
A 100 to 400 Canon.
Yeah, that one should be a decent choice. What's the other one that you have?
17 to 55 Canon. They both held.
Then you're in good shape. There's nothing else you need to do.
I booked plane flights, bought the needed cameras and hard drives, and bought about 20 Burning Man tickets for the team. We bought the needed food and supplies for everyone, and we also collected dozens of bikes for the team. We got the RV here. It's pretty big. People began to arrive at our makeshift production headquarters. Welcome to Los Angeles. What do you think's going on?
I think we're getting settled here in the Hedge household, trying to make sense of something between chaos and coalescing order.
Yeah. Where'd you just fly in from?
New York and JFK.
We're here with Taryn. Ready for an exciting tomorrow.
All of these worlds merging and intersecting together all at the same time, it's going to be insanity.
We're going to Coffee Sound right now. We're going to pick up some stuff, like lots of stuff.
That's the battery. Going to a little distro box that's powering all this stuff.
Oh yeah, there's batteries. There's 4 of these. There's 2 of these, both for the red. Of course, the mini XLR. The sound devices, the time code value. The levels on the red.
We're here at Element Technica, ready to rock all sorts of gear. I'm at Indie Rentals, picking up the tripods, 5 red batteries, polifocus, lots and lots of gear.
This is ridiculous.
What is it?
We're beta testing stuff from Element Technica.
It's so far so comfy.
Working on a nice communal macrobiotic meal for the crew. Right now we have some leeks and celery that are sauteing with a little bit of sea salt.
I am doing more EL wire. These little fine wires, you can barely see them.
Salsa, bean dip, hummus, corn chip, potato chips, fruit leather, oatmeal, grains, beans. These are all labeled based on what size they are and who owns them.
Since the project was participatory, the filmmakers I had invited their friends, and they had invited their friends. Ultimately, we had a team of 25 people for this experimental project.
So anyway, thanks everyone for coming. Being part of this project, I thought we should have a little meeting just to kind of plan the biggest picture and not get into too many details because we got to finish up stuff tonight. Does everyone think it's possible to actually leave tomorrow morning? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Everyone's got that in mind? Okay.
This is going to be an awesome project, and then everybody's going to have a life-changing experience there.
We're about to drive 8 hours to stop in Reno for a few, and then into the Burning Man Festival. We're going to be fine. We're going to be on the road with a group of really prepared people. Dynamite team, super psyched.
We've been in pre-production now for 24 days since getting approved. Thank you for being here. Where are you?
I am at Burning Man. I've left my front door. I just have to bring my RV with me now.
The next morning, we packed up the final things and left Los Angeles, heading to Reno, Nevada. That's it. We left. We're out of here. We're gone. We've departed. The drive out went pretty fast, and we ended up staying the night with Lauren and Caitlin, fellow Flickr friends who had been to Burning Man the prior year. After a few hours sleep, we were up early.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Lauren.
Where's everyone going?
I'll go to Burning Man.
Man burns in 7 days. Embrace yourself.
So there departs as the dust settles.
The closer we got to the playa, the more we saw what we had gotten ourselves into. We handed in our Burning Man tickets and found ourselves meeting the greeters.
That's your 9 projects! Yeah! Welcome home, brother. Welcome home! Welcome home!
first part of our team arrived at Burning Man. It was a beautiful day. Since many of us had never been to Burning Man before, we got to partake in the bell-ringing welcome ceremony.
Good to be here, guys. Good to be here. Welcome. How you doing, man? Yes! Hooray! Gear Bears!
Thanks everyone for being here. I love you guys. We love
you. Awesome. Welcome home, brother.
Welcome home.
Thank you for being
This means a lot to me having you guys all here.
Hit the damn bell.
Awesome. We quickly found our spot at the Videogasm camp in Snowflake Village. We got busy setting up our camp. Our camp was mostly put together before a breathtaking sunset.
This is our first day, first night. Welcome.
Like, it's gonna be, in my humble opinion, the best burn ever. Ever. Mark my words.
Late that evening, Jeremy, Taryn, and others arrived.
Hey, don't let me use it.
Yo, you guys made it.
We made it.
I'm sleepy.
You're sleepy. Gosh, man, I'm sleepy.
How's your day?
It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
The following day, the last of the team, Roger, Catherine, and Jamie, arrived after hitchhiking in with other participants.
Completely dusty. Met these great guys. They're gonna give me a ride to camp.
I've never been to Burning Man.
Me either. Woo!
Part of the magic of being out on the playa is that you are out in the environment, receiving a full-on dose of the alkaline playa dust. It can be a super healthy experience. Some of the days you are given a natural show of color in the sky. Other days the wind can pick up and create complete whiteout conditions.
Whoa! Whiteout.
It can be quite the challenge to keep the gear protected and in working order. The mornings can be incredibly cold, but also the most rewarding. Seeing the sunrise with thousands of other people is pretty spectacular.
Right, so after like maybe 35, 45 minutes of sleep, we're out here at 5:15. You know, rocking the red out here.
We're doing an early morning sunrise, arms across the playa. Watch everybody join hands across this stretch of desert.
When we first set up camp, we set up a time-lapse station with a special 360-degree lens that was able to capture tens of thousands of photos, but the high winds and dust storms made it quite difficult. During the week, we had many scheduled events, like when Kidsville visited Burning Man Information Radio.
I hope everybody had a good time at Burning Man.
Shooting the Cirque Berserk performance, shooting Daniel Dancer's Art for the Sky project, and shooting Monkey Chant at Heebie Jeebies camp. Getting the needed crew and cameras to the various locations during the week was more challenging than I had expected. But we did our best.
We're at the end, man.
Kind of out in the middle of nowhere. We've ridden like, I don't know, almost an hour out here.
We are supposed to be shooting right now.
So I guess
We took one of the red cameras and we did this thing, and now it's invisible. You can't even see it.
then I guess just
One of my dreams was to shoot the very first 4K aerial footage from the skies above Black Rock City. Late in the week, we got our opportunity.
It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're heading over to the airport, try to get some aerial shots. They're all riding in Dave's art car.
Black Rock Desert Airport, Black Rock City Airport, and Clay and Steven are up in the plane right now getting some awesome shots of this beautiful city.
Wake up one day and you're flying over Black Rock City. The pilot was awesome. He was just all heart, you know. He had a burner attitude, you know. He's just like, I love gifting people, and he was like a kid, man. He was just like
telling us how the radio works. And
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
First footage.
First red cam flying over Black Rock City. That's officialized.
Crazy.
I know, it's nuts.
Totally crazy. Several times a day, we would transfer footage either at our special RV transfer station or at our transfer station we had inside the current TV dome. Part of what made this project so special was that each of the filmmakers had a different style of shooting. Roger, an artist and filmmaker from Connecticut, captured some really genius moments throughout the week. His ability to keep the camera rolling as he experienced things was incredible.
So I'm almost crying. I just feel so much.
Catherine, a model, musician, and writer from the Northeast U.S., captured some really special moments, including the really personal experience she had at the temple.
When you lose that person, you can't easily just say goodbye right away.
Jamie, a photographer from Connecticut, was brave enough to really let her emotions and feelings be captured on camera.
If I really do need to learn how to be by myself and work through things myself, I'm only cheating myself out of that experience when I'm alone by making myself only feel comfortable with someone else.
Jeremy, a writer-director from New York, spent several days using his wellness training healing people at the Heebie-Jeebies camp. I really loved the way he captured all sorts of people on the playa, and the way he shared his personal insight with others.
I feel like there's nothing I need to keep. I feel like I'm willing to surrender anything necessary to achieve total freedom.
Taryn, a musician and storyteller from South Africa, captured her adventures in a really fun way, interacting with all sorts of art projects and people.
I'm proud to leave here and say to everyone, I was at Burning Man and it's amazing and you should go, because I think this place is a great eye-opener for everyone.
The Burning Man experience is different for everyone who goes. Everyone on the team did their best to document their experience, but some of the most powerful experiences were not caught on camera. The days had gone by faster than we had anticipated. It was already Saturday, and everyone was pretty excited for the man burn. I had gotten special clearance to have one of the red cameras inside the fire circle and another up on a 70-foot high crane. This allowed us to have several spectacular perspectives for the man burn.
Happy birthday! Look at that, that was epic, huh? Yeah. Hey fellas, what's going on? Happy burn!
On Sunday evening, the temple burned. It was a very personal experience for many of us, as some of us had visited the temple during the week. To observe a piece of art such as the temple burn away allowed us to experience the relief of letting go of past experiences and loved ones. The week was over. Several of us stayed on the playa for a few days and tried to put into words what we had just been through.
As we go out there back to our worlds, we can take the dust we stirred up and let it settle everywhere.
We also broke down camp and loaded all the gear.
Everything is clearing out. It's like a different world here now. It's like it used to be a city and now it's a landscape on the moon or something. We're just packing up and breaking down now.
Some of us flew out of Reno.
$500 for those boots. That's a crying shame. Where have you been?
I was in the desert.
A week in the desert.
And some of us drove back to Los Angeles to help clean all the gear. When people flew home, the goodbyes were sad, as we had become quite the team, all working together during the week.
Have your flight.
Oh, you too.
Say bye.
Post-production immediately began, processing all the files, getting more hard drives, etc. We have 3 more clips to finish. We've been rendering all night for the last 12 hours. About a month and a half after we had finished shooting, that fall of 2008, we were invited to the London Film Festival to be part of a unique film market focusing on the future of storytelling called Power to the Pixel. We got to pitch the film for potential funding. It was an exciting time. We're just going to the Power to the Pixel, ready to rock the world. You know how we do.
We're London, the Power to the Pixel conference.
We are going to pitch As the Dust Settles. It'll be the first available public viewing of any Burning Man material ever shot on red. The pressure was on to get the film edited. Many of the filmmakers were part of an experimental month-long editing party we had. Even though we all had made quite the effort to get the film edited, we needed many more months to work with all the footage. We're just here, doing our daily 10-mile run. It's good to be outside. Out on the playa, we had had brief conversations about editing.
I mean, I don't know what the workflow is going to be, but like divvying up everyone's footage is going to be kind of hard. I mean, Roger was talking about maybe this idea of everyone having all of the footage and everyone cutting together their own movie in whatever length they feel is appropriate.
That'd be great if you have like 3 epic topics and you just like mash them each into like epic film that covers that topic. It could happen.
I think really just one film is enough. How long do you think it's going to take us to get a rough cut together?
At least just capturing it all. So when it all comes through, we're going to have millions of hours of footage to go through, but it's going to be something kind of powerful, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a total editing nightmare, but I think it's going to be brilliant when it comes together.
I think now everyone's excited to go through the footage.
Yeah, I'm psyched. So Mike, how do you feel about the film? And the progress and...
Well, we just brought on this editor named Isis. So she's going to go through all the footage and make some kind of story from it.
Yeah, I think we're all going to have to go through our own footage to start with and make sure our logging notes are really accurate.
Everyone can go through each file and just extensively tag each file with names of people and things that are happening.
I think it's pretty well guaranteed that the challenges that we face with this film have just begun, and that the hardest part will be the challenges we face after we get home.
Whoever has to go through all of this footage is going to be crazy.
I don't think anyone predicted the sheer volume we had captured. 441 hours from 17 cameras shooting 11 different formats. Everything from 4K from the 3 red cameras to 720p from the Canon pocket cameras to 240p on some of the point-and-shoots. Post-production deserves its own documentary, as to simply put together a multi-perspective film became a nearly impossible feat. Alright, so we got the project loaded. This is the project here, and I just got to basically take these 23 hours and merge it with all of these notes. I got 10 pages of notes that I went through the whole thing, making the assembly edit, and now I just got to edit this down into a rough cut. Remember that promise I had made that I would finish the film? Well, I did. The editing took me all over California, New York, Connecticut, Maine, and even Nova Scotia, Canada. Huge thank you to everyone who helped me get the film finished. Thank you to Burning Man for letting us shoot our documentary. We're here at Media Mecca, and we just got a bunch of tags for our cameras. Thank you to everyone on the crew for being part of this wild experiment. And thank you to Roger, Catherine, Jamie, Jeremy, and Taryn for your support, input, and trust. Thank you.